Hey, third graders. This week for math, we are going to be learning how to identify fractions on a number line. Last week, we were looking at fractions as part of a whole. So we were looking at shapes like circles and squares and dividing them into equal pieces, and calling those fractions. But you can also look at fractions on a number line. So here is an example of a question that you guys will have today, and it is just a number line. So before you guys even try to answer these questions today, I want you guys to just look at it and think about what you notice. We do this in class all the time. So I notice, oops, back to that one. I notice that it starts at 0. And then if you go all the way to the end, that number is 1. So everything between 0 and 1 here, that's a very small amount. These are fractions, okay? So notice that. Notice it starts at 0, ends at 1 here. And then I'm also going to look for patterns. So it goes here from 0 to 1/5. And then here I have a blank. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there yet. Here I have a blank. Again, I'm not really sure what I'm going to put here yet. But then here I have 4/5. Okay, well, here I notice that the denominators stayed the same. They're both 5. And here I notice that the numerators, the number above the fraction, bar changes. Here's a 1 and here's a 4. So again, I'm thinking of patterns. I'm thinking if this is 5, then this is also going to be 5. And this is also going to be 5. So I have 0 and then 1/5. And then I'm thinking, gosh, if this was 1, if I made this a 2 and then made this a 3, that would continue the pattern for the numerators. And that's exactly what you need to do. So it goes from 0, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and then it would be 5/5 or that whole number 1. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of problems like this today where you're going to have to answer or fill in the blank. Look for patterns and you'll do great. All right, let's try that again with question number 2 here. So again, we have a number line and it says fill in the missing numbers on the number line below. Again, just look and first make observations. What do you notice? Again, always look at the beginning. I notice it starts with 0, it ends with 1. This time I notice that we have our numerators are here, but we don't know what the denominators are. So here is the trick. The denominators are how many pieces it's been broken up to, or the number line has been broken up into. So if I count how many pieces here, it's been broken up into 1, 2, 3. So it's been broken up into thirds. So then this piece would be 1/3. And this piece right here would be 2/3. Okay. So count how many pieces that number line's been broken into, and that will tell you the denominator. All right, moving on to number slide 7. Now on slide 7, it says label the number line by moving the fractions. So again, what do you notice? Well, I notice that there's no numbers on this fraction line here, but I do notice that it's been broken up into 1, 2, 3 sections. So it's in thirds. And so, okay, let me think here. What did I know about the past number lines that I looked at? Well, I know that 0 was always over here. So I'm going to put 0 here. And then when I go over 1, I'm going to look at my numerator here. Here would be 1/3. And then I'm going to look for that pattern again. Here would be 2/3. And then usually that would be 1, but they don't have 1. They have it as written as a fraction, 3/3. Remember, 3/3 is the same thing as 1. Okay, so you'll just drag the fractions into the correct order for this type of problem. Okay, and then the last problem I wanted to show you guys today that you're going to be working on is slide 11. So here it says move the point to represent 5/6 on the number line. So again, just start by making observations. I see that it starts at 0 and then it's 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. I see a pattern, 4/6, 5/6, and then 1. So I need to put this dot and I'm just going to drag it on 5/6. So I'm going to look for 5/6 and it's right there. I'm just going to click it there and that's all I have to do. All right. So fractions on a number line. That is what we are looking at today, and we will be studying for the remainder of the week. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will try to get back to you.